Hi, boys and girls. Well, we have a special treat today because today yoga is space yoga. I'm wondering if it looks like I'm floating in space. So that's kind of fun. Um, I'm excited to do that yoga with our friend Kara Shea. And I thought, since the stars remind me of light and how this light of God is in us and we can share it with others all the way up to the sky. So let's sing This Little Light of Mine, and let's do it kind of the crazy style. Okay, are you ready? This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. Are you crazy? I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. Hide it under a bushel. Are you crazy? I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. Hide it under a bushel. Are you crazy? I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine all around the neighborhood. I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. Shine all around space. I'm gonna let it shine, na na na. Shine all around the neighborhood. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, now let's do some space yoga with Kara Shea.
Hi everybody, I'm Kara Shea, and I hope you have been enjoying our kid yoga classes that we've been posting. Today I am outside and we will be giving you a short sequence all about space. So if your child likes space or anything in between, I hope that you really like this yoga practice. So we're gonna start just sitting on top of our legs. We're gonna take a few deep breaths, really filling that belly with air, filling that chest with air. We're gonna drop those arms down just so those palms are open, and we're gonna point that chin slightly up. And just start by really filling the belly with air and then letting the big breath out of the mouth. And then when you're ready, we are just going to add some sunrise arms. So you're going to take that deep breath in, and as you take that deep breath in, you're raising those arms all the way up as slowly as you can. And then once you finish that really deep inhale, you're going to exhale. Let all that air out of the belly and bring those arms all the way down, back to the sides, just like a sunrise. So again, we're taking that deep breath, we're raising those arms all the way up, and then we're exhaling, letting that breath out and dropping those arms down. And we're just gonna do this 2 more times. And hopefully as I'm outside today, you're not hearing too many loud sounds behind me, but if you can, just really try to focus on my voice and your breathing. Just start doing this 1 more time. And then once you bring those arms all the way back up from those sunrise arms, you're just gonna bring those palms together and you're slightly gonna lean to one side. This is half moon pose. And we're gonna stay here for about 2 breaths. Now you're gonna fill that belly with air, come back to center. And as you let that air out of the belly, you're going to the opposite side. And again, staying here for about 2 breaths. Inhaling back up, we're gonna spread those knees wide and then fold forward and just bring those hands all the way out. Press that bottom back into child's pose. And you're gonna stay here for another 2 breaths. On that next deep breath of you filling that belly, you're coming back up. We're gonna come to tabletop. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring that right leg back and we're gonna lift it up. You're gonna lift this front arm up. That's kind of the same side. And you're gonna try to balance. This is super hard, but using those back toes to keep you balanced really helps. And then you're gonna point with both fingers and toes as hard as you can. And then you're gonna drop that arm, drop that knee, and switch sides. So again, we're bringing that back leg out, we're lifting it up, and we're taking that same side of arm out. And we're trying to balance as best as you can, but again, wherever you're at, it can be way harder depending the surface you're on and just how strong you can be. Then we're dropping that arm, dropping that leg, pushing our bottom back one more time to child's pose, and you're gonna bring that forehead right down to the mat. Stay here for 2 breaths. And then come back up to tabletop. And we're just gonna start to do some slow orbits. So these are what we're calling orbits. We're just doing some circles, getting our body moving, loosening up those hips, the spine, the shoulders, everything in between. And then you're gonna start orbiting the other way. So just going the opposite direction now. And then you're coming back to center. You're gonna curl those toes under, push that bottom up to down dog, walk out those feet, and then you're gonna walk the feet to the hands and the hands to the feet just to stay in that forward fold. We're gonna take a few deep breaths here, really filling that belly. And then you're gonna slowly, as slow as you can, walk up on the legs, all the way to standing. And we're gonna bring those shoulders back, open those palms, and take a few deep breaths here. From here, you're inhaling, filling that belly with air, raising those arms up in sunrise, and then coming back down as you let that breath go. Doing this 2 more times, raising those arms and dropping them. And then once you get back down to mountain pose, we're gonna roll those shoulders open. You're gonna step those feet about the width of the mat, or maybe a towel that you're standing on, wherever you're at. You're gonna bring those arms right out in front of you, and we're gonna pretend like we're giving the earth a big hug. So pretend that the earth, the big round circle earth, is right in between those hands, and you're really gonna try to give it a nice big hug, but also trying to pull those fingers apart. This is gonna help stretch those shoulders, while also giving your arms a slight workout. And we're just trying to give Earth a big hug. And if you want to get a little silly, you can kind of orbit, do some circles, spin around, be the Earth floating around the sun, spinning and orbiting. And then drop, shake out those arms and shoulders. And from here, you're going to do the same thing behind you, but this time it's obviously a little bit different because you can't really feel your body that way. But you're gonna try to give the hug to the same earth behind you. And again, if you did the circle on the other side, orbit again, right to the other side, stretching out those arms. Drop the arms down, roll the shoulders, open those palms, look slightly up at the stars if you're outside or the sky, and take 2 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, we're just coming to the middle of our mat. We're bringing those arms all the way back up to our point, and you're leaning to one side. Again, we're doing that half moon, but this time we're standing, making our side get a little bit more stretched out here. Inhale, come right back up, stretch those arms as tall as you can, and folding to the other side. Coming right back up, and this time we're folding all the way forward, trying to touch those toes again, hanging in that forward fold, just for a few deep breaths. Walking up as slow as you can, all the way back up to standing. doing those sunrise arms all the way up, all the way back down. Just 2 more times. And then once those arms come back down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step to have our feet the width of that mat. We're gonna bend those knees in a nice squat, bring those hands together, and you're just gonna squat up, squat down, squat up, squat down. So these are gonna be called rocket ships. And we're just going up and down, trying to give our body a nice workout, but that's also relaxing and slow. If you want to look more like a rocket ship, bring those arms down to the hips. And we're gonna try to do 10 more of these. So again, breathing as you do it, taking those deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you're gonna come right back to standing, bring those arms all the way up in sunrise arms, fold all the way down to touch the toes, and just hang here. You can go side to side, but really we're just hanging for a few breaths. We're walking up slowly. We're bending those knees, bringing those hands to our hips, and then we're doing 5 more of these rocket ships. And then when you're done, you're coming right back to standing, inhaling those arms up in sunrise arms, and folding once more, trying to touch the toes. If it feels good here, you're just gonna bend one knee at a time as you walk to that side, just helping stretch out that lower back some more, as well as the legs. Come back to center, and then you're slowly walking back up on the legs, bringing those arms out and taking a few deep breaths here. When you're ready, you're inhaling those arms all the way up above your head, folding one more time, reaching for those toes, and just hanging. You can grab opposite elbows here. You can shake the head yes and no. And then we're walking up slowly. And from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back down to that squat. So you're gonna squat like this. But from here, we're gonna do shooting star squats. So you're gonna bring your knuckles together, give yourself a fist bump, and then when you come up, you're shooting off of one foot and stretching those arms all the way up. So we're just trying to do these shooting star squats. And just still breathing here, taking those deep breaths, letting that body feel relaxed, even though you're still doing some workouts. And we're gonna try to do 5 or 6 of these. And then when you're done, you're coming back to that squat. You're standing, you're bringing those arms all the way like a star, and you're taking a few deep breaths. Bring those hands to hips. Then when you're ready, you're stepping those feet together, bringing those sunrise arms up, and again, leaning to one side. Come back up, go back to the other side. Coming back up, we're dropping those arms, we're rolling the shoulders, and we're slowly gonna just start hitting those arms back and forth as we sway side to side. These are what we are gonna call our orbiting planets. So again, you're just swinging those arms, letting them hit you, letting them relax as you go back and forth. And then you're gonna start to go a little bit faster. And you're gonna imagine that this is how fast shooting stars go. So trying to get faster and faster, loosening that spine and those arms. And then slowly start to go a little bit slower until you get all the way back to standing. We're rolling the shoulders, we're opening those palms, we're looking right up at the sky. Imagine the stars above you or the planets. Maybe you see the sun. And we just take a few deep breaths here. Try to imagine that you're trying to get your belly as filled with air as the sun or the moon. When you're ready, sunrise those arms all the way up, fold all the way forward, and then you're gonna walk yourself out to down dog. So again, as I turn, we're back to that down dog, and we're pedaling out the feet. Then we're gonna drop our knees, push our bottom back to child's pose, and stretch those arms all the way out. And again, we're just staying here for 2 breaths. When you're ready, you're coming back up to tabletop, and then we're just gonna walk ourselves back to sitting on our knees. We're sunrising those arms all the way up, and we're leaning to one side. Coming back up to center and folding to the other side. Back up to center. We're just gonna drop those arms, start rolling the shoulders. Again, we're bringing those hands right in front of us. We're trying to give us a big hug to the earth, making our hands a circle and trying to pull those fingers apart as best you can without letting go. Again, just like we did before, we're wrapping the hands behind us now and stretching them out behind us. We're letting those arms go, and we're doing our swinging orbits. Loosening the arms. When you're ready, you're just slowly letting those arms go, and you're gonna come to crisscross applesauce now. And then when you're ready, you're placing those palms on your knees. And again, we're making those big circles with our spine. We're orbiting, switching directions. Coming back to center, we're gonna grow those arms out just like a star. If it feels good on your legs, you're doing the same thing, trying to make yourself a star. And then we're gonna bring the bottoms of our feet together, bring those hands down to our feet, and pull your chest and belly into the toes. If it works, you can try to get your forehead to your toes. Take a deep breath and come up. Straighten your spine, try to keep it as straight as spaghetti when it's not cooked. And then you're pulling yourself in again. We're coming right back up. We're gonna pull our knees together. Take those big earth hugging arms and wrap them around, trying to make yourself a tiny, tiny ball. And then if it feels good, you can try to lift those feet up and just balance on the bottom. Pretend you're a planet. You can try to name your planet. My planet would be called Carashay Planet. And we're trying to balance And then you're bringing that forehead all the way down into the knees. And then you're stretching back out, coming back to that star pose, bringing those hands right above your head, giving yourself a high five for coming today. And I really appreciate that you all stopped by to do some more yoga with me. I hope that you get outside today and you're having a great week. Thank you so much.
Oh, space yoga was a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it here in space. So we are going to do a Stars of Light prayer. Well, first we're going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because that's a fun song. And this is star. Ooh, look how funny my hands look when I do that. Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, you can pray with me. Dear God, you have created stars of light, stars so bright. Thank you for the stars that give us light, for space that opens up our imagination, and for the big love you have for the big world. Amen. Okay, have a great day. See you soon.